Welcome to Home Team Advantage. I'm Gary Gimbetti along with Mike Egan, here to discuss today's topics in sports, or at least loosely discuss today's topics in sports.
So we think we will.
Yeah, and time flies by so
That's it.
fast when we're here that we never get everything accomplished.
So we think, is that an oxymoron?
I
So
don't
we
know.
think we will.
So we think we will. Or at least we think we will.
Oh, now you really screwed me up.
Yeah.
Right, Ron?
But the biggest, I hate to call it the biggest news of the week, but the Hibbing boys basketball team,
Won their first game.
and they beat
Congratulations.
Proctor, so congratulations to Tom Ani on his
Yep.
first varsity win. I know it was a long time in coming, but again, it's a young team.
Yep.
They're learning on the fly, and you know, that game, they were down at the half by 4. Proctor scored the first basket of the second half. And then I think Hibbing, I can't, you'd think my memory's going, but Hibbing went on like a 15-2 run after that and got a 10-point lead. And it looked like they were going to
Blow it.
cruise to the win. And then all of a sudden Proctor came on with their full court pressure. And, you know, instead of handling it, they
Botched it.
Well, yeah, they did. Looking for a nice word to use about that. You know, if they're double teaming, like Coach Ani told me after the game, if they're double teaming you, count the numbers. That means one guy's
Somebody's
open.
got to be open.
You know, and don't panic. But they're young and they're learning. They don't have that experience yet. He mainly played as juniors. Were in that game for the most part. And he also would sub in one freshman, Adam Reckmeyer, got into the game, and there must have been somebody else that got in, but I don't remember right now. So he did not go down his whole length of his bench.
Yep.
So and that's probably good sometimes when you don't, because you don't want to put 8th graders on the spot and something like that. But yeah, so hey, I'm glad they did it.
Well, they got a taste now. They got a taste of winning. So hopefully they continue to excel and get better.
Well, I wanted to say we kind of looked at their schedule the other night, and I think there's 3 like coin toss games
Okay.
that they have coming up. So there's a possibility, maybe to get 3 or 4 wins.
So does that mean they don't have to play? Just go out at half court? and
Well,
flip a
no,
coin?
they're going to have to play it, but
darn.
it's one of those. It's one of those. If you're a betting man,
Yep.
they're probably toss-ups.
Which we don't do
No,
here.
which we don't do. We don't bet.
No, especially on the Super Bowl and Tom Brady's retirement.
Yeah. What's the over/under? How many weeks it is before he says he's coming? Before he comes back again. Although he looked pretty sincere yesterday, and he mentioned that he did it last year, and
That was it.
that was it.
Yeah, he looked pretty sincere sitting on that beach in Florida.
Yeah, he videotaped him, or he videoed himself, and then he went golfing probably.
Right. Yeah.
And he found out that golfing's a lot less stressful on the body than football is.
Yep.
So, hey, hopefully congratulations to him. He's like the best quarterback ever.
Maybe he'll be like, I just went blank on it, the quarterback for the Cowboys that's now trying to be a professional golfer. Was there a few years? He's been quarterback a few years ago.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo,
Oh,
but he didn't make the cut.
no.
Nope.
But he's probably playing, I'll bet he's playing at Pebble Beach this week, because that's where the PGA
Yep.
Tour, the Pro-Am there.
But wait till when they go to Phoenix, that's the fun tournament. So
Well, that's how I kind of map out my new year is the golf tournaments every weekend, and they start out in Hawaii, then they get back into the United States and California. And once the Pebble Beach Pro-Am starts, it's February.
yep. So is that when you take your private jet to the
Yeah.
what'd you call it? The
Badgett?
Badgett?
No, I can't afford that one.
Oh.
We were talking about that. I see these commercials about Badgett, and you got to have like $10,000 to be able to rent a plane and just fly wherever you want to go.
That's petty cash
Yeah,
for
it's
you.
petty cash for me, all right. I wish it was petty cash for me.
It's tough when the girl at the counter when you're buying donuts got to count the pennies.
Yes.
He always has to take a couple out of the middleweight.
Well, yeah, and then he goes, "You got the day-old ones over there?"
Yeah. It's hard. I tell you, I got to scrape and,
Yeah.
and save everything I can to buy 12 donuts.
Well, if you scrape as much as you scrape that driveway, you're doing
I'm all
okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much almost down to the cement, so that's a good thing.
Supposed to leave a little snow cover, keep it warm.
Yeah. No, I don't want that. I don't
Okay,
like-
we're getting off subject here.
But now they have Rapids coming up tomorrow. They've lost to Rapids already, twice actually already.
Yep.
So hopefully maybe they can turn it around.
Are they at home?
Yes, that'll be a home game tomorrow night, 7:15 7:15 at the Lincoln on Kevin McHale Court.
Yep.
Can't forget that. It's now named after Kevin. So
Well deserved.
yes, definitely. Girls basketball, depending when this airs, we always say that, but they play Mesabi East on Thursday tonight
Tonight.
at 7:15 at the high school. So there is something to do there. Swimming is going, what did they do? Oh, they beat Monaga last week, held on. They lost that Hermantown game though when they were ahead by 15, and then Monaga made a charge at them and they were able to hold it off.
Okay.
And they, Reese Ani and Jory Anderson made clutch free throws down the end,
Good.
so they beat Monaga. So they play Mesabi East, and good luck to them tonight. Swimming is at the Lake Superior Conference meet in Grand Rapids. Slowly but surely, all these seasons are winding down.
I was going to say this has to be their preliminary or one of their tune-up before the regions. Or
Well, their regions will start later in February, but they have the Lake Superior tonight, and then they have their Hibbing Invite Saturday.
Okay.
And like he told me yesterday when I talked to him, the section meet is a Thursday, Saturday, so you have to rebound quickly.
Right.
So now he's got this one today, and then the Hibbing Invite on Saturday. So it's kind of
Get a
a
little taste of it.
yeah.
Good.
So, well, good luck to them. I'm sure he's bringing up. There'll probably be some, I believe, city schools will come up. I know Bloomington Jefferson has always reciprocated coming here when Hibbing goes down there in either December or January, whenever it is. So there'll be some good teams. I know there's been, Jefferson and Simley, and some of those teams have always come up for this. So there's always been some good swimming and diving.
Good.
So good, good luck to them. Wrestling has a varsity invite at Walker Hackensack Akeley tomorrow. I haven't heard or seen much from them. I know they went to Pine City, I think last weekend, but I did not see the results. I got to look for those. So I'll see, but they have all their guys back now, I believe. So hopefully they can find a spot for every one of
Right.
them, and maybe be a little bit stronger toward playoff time.
Well, didn't you say that Coach Wojciechowski has some stronger teams coming to wrestle?
I think, yeah, he's kind of beefed up the schedule a little bit. I don't know how when you have a schedule if you can add stuff during the year, but maybe you can. I suppose if you're short meets.
I'm just wondering if it's like basketball, you only can play so many games.
Well,
Maybe
you
you can only wrestle so many meets. I don't know.
No, the wrestlers can only wrestle so many times during a year, and I'm not sure what it is. It could be 35, 40. So, but you have to be careful, but you also have to wrestle against good competition. And-
Well, they should be like the WWE and wrestle once a week. Monday night.
Monday Night Raw. Girls hockey, they beat International Falls on Monday, 7-0. Abigail Sullivan had the hat trick, her first one, I think, ever of her career. And now they host Grand Rapids Greenway tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the arena. And Rapids has I think is Mercury Bischoff. Very good.
That's her name?
Mercury
Bischoff.
Bischoff, yes.
Does Hibbing have their player back at?
No, and it doesn't look like Claire's coming back.
Okay.
I know she's walking around on it, but there's no sense.
Difference,
Yeah, there's no sense
That's too
risking
bad.
anything. So unfortunately, she lost her senior year, and I'm sure I'm sure it still has to hurt, but hopefully she's getting over it a little bit. She can get ready hopefully for track now, and then she'll go play tennis, I believe, at St. Scholastica in the fall. So, but again, basketball plays Grand Rapids tomorrow. Boys hockey is at North Shore at Rukavina Arena. I think it's in Silver Bay tomorrow.
Okay.
So they can, well, they just blasted Falls the other day, 8-2. I think Keegan Fink had the hat trick in that game, and a couple other guys scored.
Yeah.
So teams like that, they're going to pile the points on. And I hate to say that,
Yeah.
put it that way, and North Shore should be no different. I mean,
Well, and then also we don't give much coverage to the youth programs, but the Bantam A and won their tournament and played really well. We had a bunch of parents in the restaurant from Wayzata, and that was supposed to be the big championship game. That was the semifinal game, and Hibbing kind of took it to them. So they came in for lunch. And, we'll be back right after we win. Nobody showed up afterwards. So congratulations to them. The Pee Wee also program is doing very well. So the future for the hockey program looks good.
well, and he's graduating 11 or 12 seniors this
Right.
year, so there's going to be plenty of opportunities for these
Kids to
kids.
step up.
Yeah,
Good.
next year. So
Good.
hopefully, that takes a step forward. Again, the Hibbing invite is Saturday for swimming, 9 o'clock for diving, and then I'm assuming 1 o'clock for the swimming part of it. And then the girls basketball team, after playing Mesabi East tonight, they play North Branch. Looks like at the Lincoln.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Good.
it must be because the swimming's there.
I've always said that if you want to go see some fanatic fans, go to a swim meet. Get pretty nuts.
They are. It gets loud in there in that pool, auditorium. I don't know if they call it an auditorium or not, but the aquatic center. We could
Aquatic
call it the
center.
aquatic
There you
center.
go.
But
One and
yeah,
only.
so that's pretty much it for the high school. The alpine skiing, I think they had a meet maybe yesterday, but I haven't heard anything on that. They were. It doesn't go to Wednesday here, so I can't tell you, but I'm sure they did. I think I remember that on the schedule.
And remember, all our high school coverage in sports is brought to you by
Caribou Coffee,
Caribou Coffee, which, what are we drinking
Caramel
today?
High Rise.
Caramel High Rise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
is that just for uppity people?
I noticed during Hockey Day Minnesota that Jamie Hirsch and Katie Storm, during their post-game stuff, were
Were
drinking
drinking.
Caribou Coffee
Oh.
on the air. They had the
Wow.
cups on the table.
Well,
So,
we're bigger than those two. So
yes.
not we. He drinks Caribou,
Caribou
Coffee.
They're our unofficial official sponsor
sponsor.
of the along with Up North Lettering.
Up North Lettering, yes, we appreciate the sweatshirts.
Yes. So
We should wash them once in a
Wow.
while.
that's what I smell. Yeah, no.
That smell like success.
The junior college basketball team, men, they beat Northland last week on a Wednesday, and then they came back Saturday. We're 1-6 in the conference, taking on Mesabi Range at 6-1. So how do you figure that game was going to turn out?
They beat them.
They beat them.
Yeah.
Yes. And, it was unfortunate. The fans started to get a little unruly from the opposite side of the
Oh.
aisle. And, someone just made a comment that, yeah, you're 1-6 in the conference. Well, yeah, you just got beat by a 1-6 team. And, hey, Mesabi Range is good. Don't get me wrong.
No.
They're good. But don't, I just wish people would just chill out a little bit. I mean, it's a junior college basketball game.
Unfortunately, it's the sign of our times right now.
Well, that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes you go to a place and you lose and you just take it. And like the coach was very good about it after. She goes, we'll learn from this.
Yep.
They punched us in the mouth in the beginning of the game, and
They have a female
Yeah,
head
they
coach?
do. Tamara Moore, former WNBA player.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, they've got very good coaching.
Yeah.
So, and she's got a very good team. So it's you know, they're going to be tough to beat when it comes down because they beat Central Lakes this year, and Central Lakes is like
They're a predominantly
Yeah.
strong team. Yeah.
and they have a very good team, and it's going to be. But so does Kenzie, has a good team. They just haven't had the breaks. You know, their 3-point shooting hasn't been the greatest this year, but they picked up in that game.
Good.
And they pulled off. They had a 2-game winning streak. I know they were at Dakota County last night, but I haven't heard or seen a score on that. So,
Oh, tune into ESPN 23.
so that takes care of that. I want to bring up. I talked to Bethany Jones and Lisa Dolanich the other day about the Carey Lake Challenge.
Yes.
So that's coming up on, God, I'm not going to know the day. I think it's the 18th.
I think you're correct.
So it's on the 18th out at Carey Lake. There's a 3K race for it was a 3K race for the kids last year, but now they opened it up to older adults that don't want to ski 13K.
Yep.
So if you want to go out and ski and not necessarily race, there is a 3K race now that you can go out and enjoy the scenery out at Carey Lake. And then they'll have a 13K classical race and then a 13K skating race.
Nice.
So they opened it up to skating this year because they got some feedback about that at last year's event. So congratulations to them. I mean, they had a decent turnout last year, and it sounds like they're going to get a decent turnout this year.
Yeah, well, the ice should be nice and solid on the lake.
Well,
the weather we've had lately.
Yeah, I don't know how much they ski on the lake, but I guess the scenery. I mean, it's winter, okay.
They have to skate. They have to skate on the ice, don't they?
No, it's just with their skis on.
Oh, with your skis.
Skis.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I said the same thing, Ron.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost me at hello.
Yeah. No, that's two different forms of Nordic skiing or classical and skating. So, no, I don't.
that-
Well, I don't
Is
know
that
if the
kind
trail
of like
goes on.
soccer and football?
Yeah, same thing. But I don't recall them going out on the lake last year, but I didn't see the whole course.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe they do.
Well, maybe by this time next year they'll have a campground people can stay at.
Mm-hmm.
City.
So that, there's something coming up. I'm sure there's a bunch of hockey tournaments still coming up, and probably some younger basketball tournaments, and that. And then there's isn't there a vintage snowmobile?
Usually Sandy at the Palmer's puts together a vintage. I'm not sure when it is, but yeah, always get a nice turnout for that. So
That might be the same, because they mentioned to me that might be the same weekend as they're
Okay.
skiing. So in 2 weeks, Hibbing's going to be.
we could be guest vintage drivers, couldn't we?
We could, yeah. They should take us out on their sleds and
Show us the ropes.
yes.
Okay.
But yeah, so there's a bunch of things coming up in town
Good.
that I'm sure we're missing some, but we can't. We come to this program so prepared.
Hey,
Yeah.
we talked 10 minutes before the show. Is there anything with the arts at the school, Ron?
Not that I
Drama
know.
or anything? Okay.
No, probably not till March
No
for
plays?
the choir concerts and
Hibbing Figure Skating Club is on the 17th and 18th.
Oh, the figure skating club's on the 17th and 18th.
18th. Okay, well that's the same weekend.
Yep.
So a lot of stuff going on
Good.
in Hibbing that weekend. Hopefully the businesses will be packed.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Hopefully you'll have your situation resolved by then.
My situation?
Your situation.
Okay.
I
Moving
don't.
on.
I can't even imagine what you're going through with that thing, but
Yeah, well, stress level is fine.
yeah, yeah, you're not shaking too
Not
much.
too much.
All right, well then, Gopher basketball, men's.
What are they bad?
Oof.
Oof. I bet they can't wait for that kid Jerry to come play for them.
I don't know whether they're 1-10. I think in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're actually bad. And his big thing, and not downgrading Minnesota athletes, but his big thing was to recruit Minnesota kids to come play. Apparently, that's not working out too well for him.
Well, I don't know if he's had injuries that played a part in this or not. I don't really follow it that closely. But he does have a young team. I mean, it's kind of probably, if you want to liken it to something, and it's not even close, it's like comparing it to the Hibbing boys basketball team. They're young. They
Inexperienced.
Yeah, and
they're playing in a tough division. Big Ten, tough.
oh yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, you're not playing anybody weak
No.
night in and night out. I mean, they did beat, what was it, Ohio State?
That one,
can't-
they
yeah,
upset
I-
Ohio State at home.
Yeah. So but yeah, something's gotta flip for that. To go for women too.
Yeah, how much longer do you think she'll be around as a coach?
Yeah, I don't know. She was supposed to be able to turn it around, and
Well, she turned it around the other way, though. I mean,
she was that. She was supposed to be that person. Now maybe they're going to give her some time, and maybe they'll give Ben some time. Ben John, like I know him personally, I don't, but Ben Johnson hopefully gets some time to turn things around.
well, I think they were hoping that with her experience and her notoriety as a WNBA champion, that would have brought some players here, but apparently hasn't worked out that far.
Well, and I hate to even delve deeper into that, but here you had a Paige Beckers sitting right in your backyard, and obviously, hey, UConn is,
Oh yeah, the guy.
I mean, they're a premier program. I get it, but if you're Lindsay Whalen, you got to get that girl or woman and get her here and play here. I mean, now obviously she's been out all season because she tore her ACL, I believe. So she hasn't played for UConn this year. But that's what I guess got me a little bit riled up is, you lose her to UConn when you certainly could. I mean, that's like playing smear and not having high or low and then drawing them in the deck.
Yeah.
That's how big that would have been to sign somebody like that. That's what bugs me about it. Did you have these really good players in this state, and you can't get them here? Now, why do they want to leave? I mean, I get it. It's UConn,
Yeah.
but wouldn't you rather be a part of something that makes some noise at a school?
In your home school.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't have that talent or ability level to think that way.
when you think about it too, when you go off to college, you want to get away.
Well,
You
that's a part of it, certainly. But yeah, if I had the opportunity to make the university better, that would be my number one priority.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we have Pat Micheletti on the show here. He went to the U.
it's no more loyalty anymore.
Well, that's the thing. I know his brothers went there. I know Joe and Don went there, and
Oh, how about the kid that had the $1 million contract out of high school, and he didn't get it, so now he's going to switch schools.
oh, he is. I know.
Coming out of high school, you already got a contract for advertising. I mean, this is it's really gotten too far.
No, it's getting out of hand with these NILs or whatever they are. I mean, paying these, again, we've talked about this before. You're getting a scholarship to go to school.
Yep.
You're getting everything paid for. If that's not enough for you, then I guess maybe don't go to school.
Well, take this young kid that got the $1 million or multi-million-dollar contract. If he got that contract, then he should pay for his education, not the school.
No, I agree 100% with that.
There's a well more deserving kid out there that needs it than
Yes.
someone selling shoelaces.
Yeah, that's probably what he would have been doing too.
Anyways, Twins.
Well, let's do the Wolves.
Wolves. Okay, we don't have a lot of time left here.
Hey,
2 in a row.
yeah, I mean,
4 out of the last 5?
They've actually 2 of their last 3 because they lost to Sacramento the other on Monday.
Yep.
But they beat Golden State. Naz Reid,
Yep.
which 2 years ago I thought, I don't think he's worth anything. Well,
Stepping up.
he proved me wrong.
Yep.
He's playing like a man possessed out there, and
Well, they're talking like they're in 5th place now, but the difference between 2nd place and 8th is a game and a half.
yeah, the Western Division Conference is
Very tight.
jumbled. Yeah, so it's you know, they could finish. But again, go on a run.
Yep. And
You
they're
know.
and they're winning without the big pussycat.
Yeah, without
the cat.
So, and who knows when he's coming back? I mean, he hasn't been on the bench lately.
Yeah, he didn't show up for the game. What is
Yeah,
that?
he was there, you know, like 2 weeks ago he was sitting there cheering on his teammates, and now he's not. And they say he's got to, you know, he's got to elevate his leg or keep his leg. I mean, I don't know what
Can
the
you
deal
say
is.
trade deadline?
But yeah, so hey, good for them. I mean, they beat Golden State with Curry and Thompson playing, so that's not a cheap win.
Down by 14 in the fourth quarter, came back, got it into overtime, and won in overtime.
Yeah.
And, what's his name? Edwards. You know, guy's phenomenal. He's
Oh.
phenomenal to watch. Everybody forgot all about Wiggins.
Yeah, even though he's
Who
done
played
well.
last
Yeah,
night.
he's done well for Golden State. And, we can't deny him that.
No.
But yeah, I think Edwards is probably
The real
going to
deal.
be the real deal.
Yeah.
So
And he doesn't get hurt.
yeah, he plays almost every game.
Yep.
Wild are off until the 6th when they go to Phoenix or Arizona, I should say. Then play in that college building because they don't have that big
They
arena.
don't have the
anymore.
arena yet.
So we'll see. I wonder how that'll be for them to play in a 5,000 seat arena.
It'll be noisy. I think they're building them a new arena. Is that?
Yeah, well, they're
Arizona?
supposedly in the process.
Yeah.
So you better cut that one out.
Yeah. See
But-
that? You look like you spit in the spittoon.
It stays.
Ding.
But you know, hopefully they got to go on a run too here.
Are they loose?
Yeah,
Okay.
teeth are loose. But yeah, go on a run and get 10 games, 15 games over 500, and
They got a chance, just like every other team in the Western Division. They got an opportunity, and you know, to me, I Fleury's just not having the year that, even though he looks good some days are just, you know, and with the trade deadline coming up, we'll see if they're going to go out and try to do anything.
well, there's a bunch of forwards out there that could be on the block. So,
And you said earlier that maybe Dumba, it might be.
well, I don't know. I mean, I heard on the Gopher broadcast last week that they could maybe be making room or getting ready to make room for Brock Faber from the Gophers to get there. And
Yep.
who's he going to replace?
But there's no guarantee that he's going to be the answer either.
No, but he's
He's big.
very good.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a defenseman, defensive defenseman who can start the rush. And
So he's an offensive defenseman.
well, he's both. He probably does both.
Okay.
So it should be a good fit when if he comes up at the end of the Gopher season.
Have you heard any update on Mr. Perunovich, how he's doing, or what's
No,
going on?
I heard he might be back down in
Oh, we're over.
yeah, we're
Sorry.
over our time. So
Well, good luck to him.
yes. So for Mike Egan, this is Gary Gimbetti. We'll see you again next week on Home Team Advantage.
Hibbing Public Access Television would like to thank U.S. Bank for providing us with studio space.